Hello everyone, it's Waning Moonlight, and today we'll be just jumping right into the middle of the final part of the Elden Ring DLC exploration. As you can see, I just fought this little sunflower boss, just wanted to finish it off. Today I just kind of wanted to summarize it and jump like right into the action of the end game here. So you can kind of see there's about to be a fight, so wanted to take my time to walk in.
It was never kindly Nicola, was it? The erdtree was leading you all along, so that you might ascend to lordship. Why come to these lands to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the erdtree, desired all along. The clashing of the favored lords, such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Nicola the Kind, then I will run you through whoever you might be. Don't tarry now.
Now, this is one of the kind of coolest fights here, because it's one of the only that I can think of times you get to invade a person's world that's like part of the story in any Souls game. And it didn't go well for me the first time. I decided I would just kind of cut it out. But I wanted to show off a few of the new stuff I have here. I got this weapon over here that made me think of the Orphan of Kos, for those who've played Bloodborne, and his weapon. It's a great axe that actually, as you can kind of see, works extraordinarily well and has frostbite buildup. And I have a lot of arcane to wield it, so I'm able to also pair it with Bale's Roar. So I have a frost buildup plus a way to undo it if I want, or if my mimic does it without my consent. And over here, we're just absolutely mixing this guy up, and then he proceeds to mix me up, because he has strangely a lot of poise while he's kicking around. I'm not sure why that is, but I mean, obviously when you have two great axes slamming down on your skull, it's a little hard to move. And so that's, in just a moment, 2 out of the 3 NPCs down as we approach the leader. Now, for those who aren't familiar with this game, this DLC's story, Nicola the Kind really was using Moog and was brainwashing him. So I found it really cool we could actually summon a I think they're called the Scion Knights, like one of Moog's minions over here to help us in the fight. It's kind of like he's wanting revenge for his lord. So you better believe I brought him in. And, I mean, this person for some reason just has so much defense. I mean, I get they're kind of like, I think they're meant to be like their world. But either way, when you got 3 dudes on you go down. And for those who are curious, I don't know if you fight them earlier, like, if you just fight them as an NPC, if you would get their stuff. But if you were wanting any of the footworks or their armors, their weapons, this is when you would get it. You only get the chest plate of the leader here. You can get their outfit somewhere else in the DLC near the starting area. I was actually looking for it over here because I was like, man, they should have dropped it too, right? Then I also saw the footwork, and I kind of wanted to try it, but I forgot can't attack in here. So, gotta run out. And this is where you get the chest plate. It's actually a pretty good piece of armor, too, actually. But either way, I knew no matter what, if they're right here and they're protecting Nicola the Kind, as they're called, then that means Nicola must be close. And as you can kind of see, the armor's really cool. I'm kind of just experimenting with a few things here. As you're going to see in just a little bit, this was not my final build. Not a weapon I've used for like one fight, and a mixed matched random armor set over here. Done some jank builds in my life, but I'm pretty sure this one was about to fall apart. I also gotta say, this was a very cool entrance way up. Just seeing like the huge view from here. The tree and the towers, and the castle. They approach up the stairs. I gotta say, I knew who to expect, but I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean? I didn't know if it was gonna be the same fight or something new. But let's see.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
So yeah, the final boss of this DLC is once again Radon, the Promised Consort, which is a super cool sounding name, I gotta say. But obviously, first attempt, I was not ready, and I did not get a single swing in. I saw how much my Mimic was doing, and I knew this was not going to be going well. I thought, you know what, maybe it was just a fluke. Sometimes my Mimic's only +8, so let me see. Let me see how fast I can die. So this time, once again, going back in. I thought maybe, so like, okay, gotta dodge first before I can summon. And, ooh, that was pretty hard. And that did not do a lot of damage. Once again, who knows? Flukes happen 3-4 times in a row. And that's why I decided I'm gonna try this build I saw, a shield tanking strategy. And as this plays in the background, I'm just going to talk about as the DLC as a whole, because, I mean, you're going to see in just a moment, there's not much to talk about here. I stand still and I hit the shield. I should go let this play before I talk about the DLC more.
Lord brother. At long last you are returned.
Now, the DLC as a whole, I think was pretty alright. I heard a lot of people complain about difficulty and it being too hard. And for the majority of it, I thought it was pretty fine. I mean, things were a little aggressive, but with my trusty Moonlight, I put most of it to rest. However, Radon over here, I think this is a little too much. For those who've, of course, been part of the Souls community for a while, or at least played Elden Ring, you definitely have seen there are a lot of memes about the game reusing bosses a lot. And it's almost poetic that the final DLC boss would be reused from the main game. It's almost like a sick joke, really. And I mean, of course, then they do the cool thing of actually changing his moveset, which to me is the proper way to reuse a boss. But Radon's just, it's it's too much. I mean, for those, I've played several hundreds, maybe thousands of hours of Souls games. I've never once picked up a shield before now. And originally, it felt like defeat, like I gave in, but then at the end, I realized that's just the only way to do it, really. It was all for this, the final cutscene.
I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort.
And that is the Elden Ring DLC.
I'll make the world
Kind of
a gentle
disappointing a little bit, I gotta be honest. Just, it started off so strong when Mesmer and Verlana. I just felt like it fell off there. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I would recommend subscribing. I do a lot of other stuff, and hopefully you enjoy it. If you beat Radahn on your own using your own build, let me know what you did. I'm very intrigued. Have a good day as well.